Hello and welcome to Hybrid, powered by chinkseyMEDIA. I've been told to review this show called The Season's Not Done Yet. Sorry, The Season's Not Done or Won, The Lyle's View. Haven't really watched it, but one thing I did do is go through the comments, and there's a lot of mean comments in here, but I just wanna react to the mean comments, which isn't good. I'll start from the newest. Man got the family dinner table podcast going from Zod there. Jesus. If ARTETA wins nothing, this channel will want him to stay. Damn. Bro, this channel is finished. WTF, yo. The Lyle's View. I don't think anyone wanted this. Same faces saying the same things, but just a different show title. Well, I guess it's freedom of speech. If I worked behind the scenes at Aftv, I'd be looking for a new job. Looks like an awful place to work from the outside. Sinking ship. Well, I guess they'll argue that we've got 2 million subscribers or 1,700,000 and whatever it is. So, you know, that's what they'll say. But me being in the game now, as views plummet, it's unsustainable because don't forget he employs 20 to 30 staff. A lot of those staff have left for whatever reason. It's not for me to say. I have an idea, but I'm not going to say because we can save that to a later date and then I can really talk. But it's not easy to you may generate millions, but what comes out, income is one thing, outgoings could be a madness as well. Anyway, not gonna lie, this is just boring. The channel is crap now. Whew, that is a damning indictment, that. I know this is a challenging period for the channel. Most in the comments have never built this size of business before. To have so many opinions. You guys should leave Aftv to do their thing. If you think you can do better, show your workings by building something consistent for years. It's not as easy and straightforward as you guys think. Enjoy the contents and understand that you will continue to see different faces as time passes. This is a business. Nobody should be bigger than the long-term good of the channel. This is a business. Big ups, Robbie. We know how you started. Man, you've paid your dues, and don't let anybody bully you to do what is not the best for the channel. If I speak, I'm just gonna swerve that one. We've lost the plot. It's like streaming now. I gotta subscribe to 10 different channels. Big up Don Robbie. Please don't give up. Dude, he's a millionaire, man. Or was a millionaire. I don't think he is now. Big up Don Robbie. I will always support Aftv like I have from day one. Goyg. I think he means Coyg. Cecil G. Lyle. Long-time fan of Aftv, but this isn't what it used to be. Used to be by the fans, for the fans. First of all, this now feels like a wannabe BBC Sky channel. He appears on all the so-called legacy media channels that he used to condemn, right? Namely TalkSport and Sky very regularly. He's on Sky whenever Arsenal have big matches, so make of that what you will. The days of Troops being truly passionate, big up Troops, the authentic side of football, win or lose, Aftv was the place to go to truly feel our fan base. Now it feels more like a propaganda machine. Robbie can't say anything negative ever. And for the fans, by the fans, aside from the fan cams, it's the Lyle show. Sad to see. Well, if you want to see good fan cams, interviews, you know what to do. There's a picture of a yawn and a ZZZ sign. You can feel the tension within the camp. Don Robbie doesn't look his bubbly self. No comment. Cecil is awful. When Lee Judges leaves, I'm pulling the plug on this channel. No comment. Robbie, man, read these comments, please. Don't worry, I'm reading them. This channel will not survive. You cannot lose the people who made it what it is. The remaining members just ain't it. Well, I think, all right, I'll speak on this one. I think in terms of content, I feel like, especially football content, I feel like you need a good blend of charisma, character, as well as football knowledge. Whether the blend is there right now, no comment. It will survive though. He's worked hard to be here today. Cut him some slack. The views will not be able to sustain a channel the size of AFTV. Big up that guy that wrote that. That's spot on. Raptures lost -S5B. That's probably the best comment I've seen so far. Big up Don Robbie. Robbie's putting in triple shifts to keep the content coming. Hope it was worth it, Robbie. We need some of the old guard back, Robbus. I think you're right, mate. I think you're right. But to be honest, I think he needs to do 15 shifts. Because, boy, the next few days to a few weeks will be very, very telling and very, very interesting. And then someone's got a hand on face emoji. This channel went so hard on a down spiral. The Lyle family instead of the Arsenal family. Awful and boring and sad. I was there when you had less than 8k subs and now you ruined everything with this nepotism. Your brother is the most boring person ever, but we tolerated him because you had so many other good additions. And not a word why they left. Enough is enough. I am so sad. I love this channel. Unsubscribed. All right, one thing I will say without... You guys can put the pieces together, but one thing I will say, someone on the panel is extremely intelligent, very intellectual. Is his role fought on screen? Who I'm talking about, you guys can work it out. In addition, with regards to nepotism, that's something that's always going to be leveled at the person that I'm referring to now. However, I think that person has exceptional football knowledge, but you're always going to get leveled with this industry plant, nepotism, you know, thing at you. So it's a case of, are you ready for that? I'm sure you would have been briefed by but the comments could get peak. I mean, I'm reading some of these comments, and me personally, I'm a fan of you, you know. I'm speaking directly to you because I know you're gonna watch this, and I know you watch a lot of my stuff and you're gonna see me. But I think you needed to have been it's so hard to explain. Your football knowledge is top tier, right? A lot of the comments back you as well. However, there's a lot of nepotism comments, and you know, there's some nasty comments that I've seen. I feel like you've just been thrown into the deep end. You've obviously come into this content game since January, because I watched you. I was right there beside you when you came into this, started growing in confidence. Then you done your fan cams, and now you're just everywhere, really. I know you've always been behind the scenes. You're part of production, but what is it you want to do? Do you want to be production and on screen, or do you want to focus on screen? Because right now it's just like you're doing here, there, and everything. For me personally, I think you need to start your own YouTube channel and focus and streamline and kind of, you know, be tunnel vision in what, because right now you're just a bit of everything. Hybrid. Not everyone could be hybrid. Not to say I am. I mean, that's for the people to decide. But all jokes aside, just to summarize it, I think you've got exceptional football knowledge. However, the way you've been branded and marketed, is that the way you want to go? I don't really want to talk too much. I'm sure you guys know who I'm talking about, and the person I'm talking about will be listening to this. Nepotism. These lot like talk about Mourinho, Chelsea. That Chelsea team could have turned it. By the way, this is sick. SIC. That Chelsea team could have turned it when needed and had good as players with a good as coach at that time. If it was that easy, why no one else has done it since? That's the same thing these same lot says about the Invincible. Jeez, that was a hard read. Let me ignore that one. Cecil always talking about what his job is. We get it. Well, he has several jobs, which is why you only see him part-time. However, let me speak on this. Does he get the preferential treatment in the sense that he is the host of the fan cams? He gets to go to all the away games, gets to fly out with the Julians, the lead judges, the Don Robbies to the plush away games. Let's say we was in Madrid, they'll fly out over there with the team. Whereas people like James and Turkish will be, whether it's by their choice or own accord, they'll be in London, stuck in a studio or doing it from home. So he's the favourite child, obviously. I know he does several other things on the side, like, for instance, he does work with CONCACAF. He works with young footballers, dance teacher, so on and so forth. But you could say he's part-time-ish, really. And the question is everyone part-time now? Is there enough money to pay people a full-time, wage? Is that part of the reason why certain people have left? Who knows? We'll speak about that another time. Fall off of AFTV needs to be studied. Hiring yes men. No comment. When you go from fan TV to corporate, unsubscribed, goodbye. No one cares about you unsubscribing, chump. Gandalf the Gunner. Jeez, that's probably a burner account or someone. Yeah, AFTV is finished. Nepotism FC, so dumb these lot. Damn, that is peak. If we can just get rid of Paul, Dan Potts as well as AFTV, will be a much better watch in every aspect. Sorry. My readings are appalling. It's because I'm trying to read and record at the same time. And this won't be edited. This won't be edited, guys, by the way. Why have they fired all the entertaining guys on AFTV? Only Ty and Lee left. That is worth a watch. Big up Ty, my guy. Even Lee has his own channel, which Dan Potts is, how can I put this? Dan Potts does a lot for that channel, let's say. L. This is piss poor viewing. IBR. This is black content, mate. Surely with your name, you have to support this, no? Who wrote that? Gandalf the Gunner. Oh, yeah, I reckon Gandalf the Gunner is definitely someone from the team. I'll make a note of that username. Little screenshot there. Okay. This is awful. AFTV has peaked and is now on a decline. Robbie shoehorning. Like, I don't want to read that. It's about his daughter. I don't want to read that. Name this the Lyle's man standing. Seeing everyone is leaving. I see what you did there. Lyle's man standing. Last man standing. Ha ha ha. Right. Just imagine if Zubamendi playing for Liverpool. You mean Zubimendi? This channel is done. Robbie, man, what is this? Rubbish. Sorry, man. I don't want to laugh, but bruv. Nah. Respect to Robbie and Laurie. Big up. What about all the other people in this? Anyway. God knows what's going on behind the scenes, but hopeful y'all reunite. Big man. Just blow the bag on Turkish. Get him back in. Get Turkish back in now. Just give him what he wants. Listen, yeah. What I think is this thing is almost like a civil war, yeah. I'm probably involved in it somewhat. So it's almost like the filthy fellas from my left war where man went left, man went right. You get me? With this one now, it's almost like everyone's kind of realigning. I think it's going to marinate over the next weeks to months, and then you'll see what people have done. So obviously you got James going off with Sharoy, and I'm sure he's got things in the pipeline. Well, I know he's got things in the pipeline. Then you've got Turkish already doing big things, killing it with Big Six, you know, football hub, cultural hub, as I've mentioned before. But it's a bit like when Poet saw his views declining, he was, you know, there was a little teething period, and then he got it right. He got Scorcher in, he even got Robbie himself in, got big guests. But now he's kind of found the right blend. Obviously, Lippy's now the host of the show. Poet's just doing his thing from behind the scenes, you know, patting it out. I'm a big fan of both shows, to be fair, of Filthy Fellas and From My Left. Then you got Geordie that went over to Tigo's thing with Miles, Specs Gonzalez, doing big things. Both are doing big things. So it's like, obviously, Robbie, you just got to humble yourself and just, you might need to just say sorry or something. I know, like, you're big peoples, you've done big things and that. You get me? You're a star. Let's have it right, you know. But you need to humble yourself, and just for the good of what you've built over these 12, 13 years, you need to make some big decisions, because the ship is sinking. But I haven't finished reading the comments anyway. That's just a view from an invalid. Don't take what I say as gospel. You know, I'm just a YouTuber. Yeah. So boom, 3 or 4 shows a week, same hosts, same opinions. May as well be the same videos. This group will get boring real quick. Honestly, this is hard to watch. The X in the top right closes the browser, chump. Make your own channel and we'll judge your content. You know, the way this person types, yeah? I know who it is. Should I say the person's name? I know who's behind this Gandalf the Gunner account. I don't want to say the person's name, but I just know from the way the person speaks, the English they use, you know, the intellect they have. I'm going to save it for later. I may reveal it, I may not, but I'm not going to say it now. But Gandalf the Gunner, I know who you are. Trust me. Any protests to get this channel renamed to Lyle TV? There they are again, Gandalf the Gunner. You realise it's Robbie's channel and he can do what he wants with it, right? You're a nobody, bro. If you want to voice your opinion, make your own account and see how many followers you get. You know, I know who this is. I swear down, I know who it is. I know who it is. Gandalf the Gunner, I'm on you. You know I know who you are as well. And put it this way, I've referred to you already in the video, so I'm watching you, Gandalf. I know who you are. I'm not going to say though in this video, but I know. We went from Forever Arsenal to this LMA with 4 O's. Laugh my ass off. Who left AFTV? Boy, where you been at, boy? Where you been at? Who left? What do you mean, who left? Family Affairs now. I used to be a big boy program back in the day, rude boy. United fan here. Great job, Robbie. Jamaica flag, love heart. Okay. Whatever happened to the Tactical Insight show? Big up Graham Brooks. Big up James Bayliss. Big congratulations. You have won the league again in October. Okay, it's a troll. Well, you could argue these people are all trolls. That's not for me to say. I'm just saying as in a troll towards Arsenal. We need to stay the top for the rest of the season. Man City only beat us 3 years ago because they went on a crazy run, winning every game at the second half of the season. Liverpool and City are not capable of doing that this season. City will run riot when all their injured players are back. Well, so that means they won't play a low block against us. Like watching paint dry now. The X in the... Yeah, Gandalf the Gunner again. The X in the top right closes the browser, chump. With a sarcastic thumbs up. Nerd. In a response to that. You all got to tell us why Forever Arsenal is gone. A simple notice or explanation is the least you can do. He thinks we are all mugs. Well, if he wants me to resubscribe, he will need to stop treating the fans like... And then it's got a picture of eyes. I thought it will have a piece of poo. But anyway, Robbie, I can see the comments. Keep it up. No interest in aggressiveness and rudeness by some who have thankfully left. Cecil is a gem. Thank you, Robbie. You have a talent here. AFTV has become dead now. Love the new show, Forever Family. Is quite smart. I don't want to say the person's name because I just, work out who I'm talking about. What the F is Robin Lyle doing over at AFTV? You used to be Don Robbie for a reason. Now what? You just want AFTV to be just the Robin Lyle TV on YouTube. Everyone else got to leave. Maybe we're all being harsh and there's some story to tell. He will not tell you nothing. He will not speak. He's big Don Robbie. So when someone doesn't speak, then we all have no choice but to speculate. Or not. But this is unlike any previous AFTV issues. I'm actually worried. Explain this to us. He will not say nothing. I know him so well. I know how he is. He will not speak on it. He will just swerve it and just move on like say it's not having a major impact on the brand and him behind the scenes. Because it is. Let's have it right. Trust me. Chas. This is beautiful. Robbie with his brother, daughter, and baby son. Who's his baby son? Bruv. Man's almost 30 about baby son. Man's 29 and 11 months. Talking about, man. Should be on cameos on AFTV at best, but not main panelists. I literally alluded to that earlier on in the video. Rewind it. Is top. Personally, don't like listening to though. Knows ball. You don't have the best squad in the league. Liverpool do. You have the best team in the league. There's a difference. Team means working as a team, which you're the best at right now. But as of the squad, you don't have the best squad on paper. Liverpool do, but they have more winners in their squad. You see, I actually think the opposite. I think Liverpool have a better first 11 than us. But as a whole team aspect, I think we have a better team. So in that sense, I agree. But I think first 11 on paper, theirs is better. However, squad-wise, I believe Arsenal have a better squad. I'm confident with that. Squad as in squad of 25 roster. That's what I mean, just to make sure that there's no discrepancies. I've really enjoyed this discussion. Big up Lyles and the host. Or the host is... Oh, yeah. Okay, I see what you mean. Gonna fold overnight, Rob, if this continues. Damn. Keep doing your thing, Robbie. Life goes on. Yeah, man, I mean, I just want him to be able to feed himself and his family, innit? That's like, I don't want no one to not be able to do that, because, you know what I mean? And yeah, I'll leave it there. Hi, AFTV. Been a fan for years. Don't know what has happened behind the scenes, but I think it's time for you to give some clarity to your subscribers. He will not do that. Kino Thailand. If there is legal matters, if there are legal matters, then we can just wait. You should keep with Lee and the other boys. What other boys are you referring to? What, Christian and them, man, or the Martys and them, man? And let and your brother do their own show with guests. By the way, when I'm going I'm doing it out of respect, not out of disrespect. Just to make that clear. This can't be called AFTV, it's Robbie TV. He is on every podcast like we don't need to hear your opinion 3 times a week. Where is Forever Arsenal? Well, do you know what? Let me speak on that, actually. Forever Arsenal, I don't think they'll shelve that. What I think they'll do, I think they will bring it back with new guests, probably next week. And I reckon... This is a guess. It's an educated guess. I reckon they get Dan Potts to host it to replace Turkish. They keep Jordan, Jarrett Bryan. and they keep lead judges. The question is who the fourth panel member will be. And I'm just trying to think who's on it. Does Cecil go on it? Possibly. Does you see Curtis Shaw would be good on it, but then you've got three similar kind of characters in Curtis Shaw, Jordan, and Dan Potts. But well, yeah, if I was to predict, I reckon they get Dan Potts to host it, blow the bag on Dan Pottsy. That would be a good addition. So you get Dan Potts. Obviously, he already works with lead judges, and then you have Curtis Shaw and Jordan. If not, you probably will get Cecil on it. That's just a prediction. Is this E exclamation mark or AFTV? I don't really get that. I believe Robbie's daughter has brought a lot of chaos and problems to this channel, and I am pretty sure she doesn't know the offside rule. I'm pretty sure she does. If you've listened to her talking, she probably knows more about football than you. She does. She knows more about football than anyone in that building. Brother, I am sure she doesn't know the offside rule. What is wrong with you? I'll get out of it, man. Yeah, I think that's just a troll. I think if you're going to say one thing about his daughter, it's not that she doesn't know football, because she does. Right. Judging Gyokeres has a lot of angles to it. Besides the system and Odegaard not being there to get the best out of him, he services Haaland in a Norway team, so he can. Gyokeres was the only player with 3 full 90-minute games in our last 3 fixtures, so he could have some fatigue from a run going Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday. Also, Ryan's take is rubbish. If we score more, we win, even if it is 1-0 every game. If you're referring to Ryan Calacho, big him up every time, my guy. If you're referring to Ryan the cameraman, I didn't see his take. New show. Being a huge AFTV fan since the start, but where is all the OG talent going? What's happening? Good question. Cecil is a whopper. I think you might need to elaborate on what you mean, whether that's a good or bad thing. What's a whopper? Because the only whopper I know is the Burger King burger. Lyle wouldn't know football if it hit him on the boat. Huh? Cecil Lyle. Robbie, personally, I will keep appreciating the impact you have made to us with this channel. Life has changes. People come and go. It was you who gave most a platform. We have come from far. Keep doing your thing. The Louds view is actually good. Well said. Haters, just can't wait to see your downfall. I wish both parties the best. Okay. Great. We finally have a show where we can listen to Robbie's opinion on Arsenal. Someone's put cry face. Martinelli 70 million, Trossard 35 million, Gyokeres Havertz 70 million. Okay, that's just some nonsense. Let me skip past that. What a poo video. Get a hold of yourself, Muppet. Ouch. Ouch, ouch. What's happened to this channel? On the decline, just the judge left to pull the plug. Rob makes so many people on AFTV and they turn them back on him. But he still doesn't care. King Rob. Big facts. He never comes out and badmouths anyone. Stop smoking crack. He just ignores anything that's negative. He just ignores it and moves on. Like, you don't address it. But Big Don Robbie can do what he wants. He's the Don, right? Right. AFTV's cooked. It's taken a nosedive since summer. And I did allude to there's been a change. I think there's been 2 changes. One since the beginning of the year. 2 noticeable changes. One since the beginning of the year. And the other since the summer, where they brought in Marty and Ellis Matana. And then, now I think the question is, did it change because man was cutting costs? Or did it change because they needed to focus on their own endeavours? Or was it both, and the fact that they were all focusing on their own endeavours because their hours had lessened now clashed with what the show needed, and that led to a breakdown in relations. I think I'm onto something regarding that. But this is just speculation. I mean, I want to speculate first in the video, and then I'll get the facts after the video. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see me outside? Yeah, it really is me doing that. I mean, yeah. I know it's probably annoying, but yeah. What's happening with our women's team? Well, funny you say that. They're currently playing, and they're currently 1-0 up. Big up the women. Bow, bow, bow. Family business can either turn very, very good or turn sour quickly. Or maybe both. I hope for the latter. I just hope Robbie knows he can't sack his daughter or brother when they F up because they can. He won't sack his daughter. She lives with him. And his brother's his brother. Big up. Whoever needs to be bigged up. Rotted. You truly are a devil praying for the man's downfall. Damn. One thing people are not talking about is I was a striker. Is not getting the supply he's not. I'm just reading it how it's written, guys, by the way. Famous African British people. He's Caribbean, mate. What is this? Keeping up with the Lyles. Very juvenile comments on here. Big up Robbie and best wishes to AFTV. Lots of learnings, I reckon. And that's how we grow. Shut up, dude. Ouch. Jesus. Second top scorers in the league. Top of the table and least goals conceded. People need to calm down. Man, this is dry. Remember when you tried Robbie's view? This is Robbie and family's view. We can get a fresh perspective. Used to be fun to watch hearing different people's opinions. Now it's the same old drab. Wait, is Kenya actually Robbie's daughter? You're late, mate. He's turning it into a family business once it's popping. Well, I mean, that's not the time to write once it's popping. It's been popping. I think it's had its peak probably 6 years ago with Troops and them and there. Right now, it's going through a major transition. And I think we need to let it marinate, give it a month or so to see whether that transitions for the better, because he's got a lot of big decisions to make in the forthcoming future for sure. Guys, what's Ryan saying is that if we don't learn to take our chances now, other teams will kill us off before we kill them off. Please stop taking the nicey road. Man City and Liverpool were clinical. We are not clinical right now. It needs to be fixed so Ryan has a point and is not chatting rubbish. Look, I appreciate AFTV, but you guys aren't balanced in your opinions. You don't like to be real and address issues like y'all are like, no, we're doing good. Everything will be all right. But that's not the reality. You see Man City scoring for fun right now. Yeah, we've scored more goals than them right now, but the amount of chances we get, we're not clinical, and it needs to be addressed before we get murked and embarrassed by the PSGs and Bayern Munich's of this world. Talk about that. But the way this guy writes is almost like that. Sounds like Ryan Calacho. Like I can hear his voice in that. Let me make a note of that. Make a note of that username. But the way that my man like speaks and writes and types, it sounds like Ryan. It sounds like my guy Ryan Calacho. Let me screenshot that username. Make a note of that. Interesting one. Okay. There he is, Jay Ruckus. The thing about criticism is that it needs to be constructive. People talking about nepotism like they wouldn't do the same thing for their own sons and daughters if they had the cojones and know how to do so. Hypocritical, small-minded and pathetic, to be honest. Lol, WTF. Some of these comments are beyond pathetic. We want the real AFTV back. Wah. I'm laughing at the wah bit. Grow up, man. AFTV is Robbie's channel. He can do what he likes with it. For the ones crying over people leaving the channel, go start your own platform and hire them. Okay, who should I hire? I mean, I ain't got enough money to hire Turkish and James, but you know what I'm saying? Agreed. You have no personality and are just a sheep. Robbie's favourite, lol. Okay. You adopted Cecil. Goyg. That's the second time someone's wrote that. That must mean something. This princess is clever, brilliant. I agree, she's smart. Great show. You've forgotten Marty and Lee Lyle. And Thai Lyle and White Yardy Lyle. Yes. One Don, Big Rob, any other Don a donkey. Nah, these comments are mad. AFTV, Arsenal Family TV. Bruv, it's coming like Spat Nation and Nation Family and Pastor Toby and them and there, bruv. Oh, nah. Continue to shine, Robbie. You've given a lot of people opportunity. Some turn around and become ungrateful. You've come a far way from nothing to something, and you helped a lot of people up the way. God bless AFTV. Amen. And then someone's put a thumbs up. Love it, guys. Keeping it in the family. You need to adopt Cecil now and change him to a Lyle. Lol, people complaining about nepotism. A guy starts his own channel and he shouldn't give his family members employment. A lot of comedians. She's been working behind the scenes the whole time. You just guys don't know. She works in production. I'm only saying that because it's common knowledge, by the way. Runs the quality of they don't have quality. What? Ruins the quality of they don't have character. That's what AFTV is known for. Giving family a job because it's a family. It's so dumb. People commenting thinking they own AFTV. They're nobodies and no one's bothered about their opinion. Gandalf the Gunner again. I know who Gandalf the Gunner is. The way they type, is, you know, sometimes when you're so used to someone speaking and their kind of style of speaking, their intellect, and then they type, that person doing it doesn't realize that someone else can clock who it is based on the replication. So let's say people might even say, oh yeah, that's me, because the way he speaks is reciprocated in the way he's typing. So that's how I know Gandalf the Gunner. I know exactly who you are. But I'm not gonna bait you out. I think it's pretty bait anyway. At home with the Lyles. So AFTV has now become a family affair. Might as well rename the channel the Lyles TV and shift your content to a reality TV a la the Kardashians. Cecil Lyle, please can you advise your daughter to remove those 2 nose rings that make her look like a street girl? Where is the professionalism that we know AFTV for? It's not a pleasant to the sight of a viewer. This is not a club. All right, cool. Listen now. She's old enough to back herself, but what I will say is, are you the arbitrator of what a street girl is? That's one. Secondly is, who are you to tell her to remove? What we doing here? She wants to do that, let her do that, bruv. Who wrote that? Kingdom Soldier 4753. Don't need to advise his daughter nothing. She wants to put the rings in there. And yeah, man, what? So anyone with a nose ring makes her look like a street girl? Make them look like a street girl? What? Is it because she has 2? She had 1, or she's still with this so-called street girl? She doesn't speak like a street girl. She's quite well-educated, eloquent young lady. So, nah, I don't agree with that. I mean, she doesn't need me to defend her, but this is just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a nonsense comment. I'll say that. Saw the video title and thumbnail and couldn't help but lol. The worst possible panel. I didn't watch the video, just came for the comments. Sad. Go start your own channel. SYM. I love this move. I see you back, Robbie. Cheers to you all. God bless. Welcome to the show, Kenya. For once, I spelled a name right. Doing good. Liverpool played bad in first few games and got better results, which they didn't deserve the way they played. We played better than what the scoreline suggests because we played way better than what the scoreline suggests. So if anything were to catch up with us, it would be better scorelines. Yeah, some of these comments make me sound retarded. Guys, wake up. You are not happy with what you are seeing. you are happy to be top. If Arsenal were second or third, being 1-0 up to West Ham till 88 minutes and 1-0 up against Olympiacos till 88th minute, we have improved in the last few matches, but it was against crap teams. We still have a gear to go up. Do you not think this current performance is enough to win the league? It is not. You still need more. It is important to recognise that. Damn. We want the real AFTV back. Define real. What does that even mean? These guys have zero charisma. This channel is finished. Yet you're still here. Jay Ruckus wrote that. I think Jay Ruckus is... I think I have an idea who that is. You wish. Nice chat. Bring more. Gyokeres occupies multiple defenders, which creates space for our other attackers. Decoy, until he figures out the physicality of the Prem, he will come good. We just need to support him. Praise him. He fought hard to come to us. Yeah, that's true. Just what we need. Another Space Invader striker. Everyone comes and goes. Family stays forever. Let this be the lesson to everyone. Depend on people at your own risk. Family is everything. But you see, for you to write that comment, you need to know what happened. Because you're assuming that they left. But how do you know they were not fired? But big up. Whatever. It's not that deep. There's nobody left and now we're watching the Lyle view. Well, it was the Lyles before anyone came in. Did you follow Robbie when it was Arsenal Fan TV? When Robbie was using his phone to record? There is history and we all know how it started. He has built well regardless of anyone's opinion. Bro, stop trying to make it something deep. That was the past and he has 2 million subs now. How you get that many people to all leave your channel is absurd. Nobody would leave. Oh yeah, definitely, because that has already happened already. Well, all those who left has Robbie to thank because we won't know them without AFTV. So you're just kind of disregarding them as people then. It's not their charisma or themselves that have garnered their following. Okay, fair enough. Everyone's entitled to their view. Did you think you made a point? Well, these two are going to war in the comments, boy. Absolutely. Whatever you are looking for won't suit your narrative. Peak. The lady is spot on about Gyokeres. Cecil Yabati. Let me ignore that. How y'all worried about him hiring his family when it's his own business? Dan, I got 11 responses. In that case, when is Stan playing Josh up front? Bunch of grown men too. Worried about what exactly? What you want, brother? Maybe read the comments and you'll see. People are bad, man. Face it. Go and do your thing, Robbie. Family first. He's asking a question to the haters. Not that I like these changes, but Stan has literally placed Josh in charge of Arsenal. Does that make business sense? Stupid. Subscribers and viewers make the channel. Without them, there is no business. That's one of the best comments in this whole thing. You think Robbie doesn't know that? That's one of the best comments in the whole thing. Not sure, seems pretty dead these days. I'd say Lee Judges would be the only one I'd watch these days. This channel dead now. All the good ones left and you're shoving down our throats. We don't want this. Actually, a lot of people rate her. She's good. We already have way too much of Robbie and Laurie. Robbie is on the Invincible podcast, the Bias Premier League show, the Best of Enemies show, the Weekend Roundup, and now yet another show with Robbie's opinions. Yeah, safe. I like her. I thought she was supposed to be doing a show with Miss Ella, but when they announced that, I was thinking that's not the one to do. I'm an advocate of women's football, and you can go on my channel and you see that I can't even speak. I'm really, really attuned to what the goings on in women's football, and but what I will say, my view, not gospel, is that I don't think that podcast that they were gonna do would last, and they obviously had one show, and then that was that. So, but I do think, my opinion, I do think she needs her own show, but the key is the type of show you put her on. You need to market her properly, otherwise it will be an S show. Right, big up AFTV, top of the league. In terms of usefulness, it's got to be Zubimendi because we lost two of our main sixes in Jorginho and Partey, and it's also a position which is hard to fill in, and Zubimendi just owns that position now, and no one can take his place. In terms of performance, though, I'd give a slight edge to Mosquera as he came in to replace one of the best centre-backs in the world, and he made his debut at Anfield, of all places, and it was like we didn't even miss Saliba. Good comment there. Got to replace the forever Arsenal, I guess. Replace it, why? It's coming back next week. Yeah, I think so as well. 4 is needed forever. Where you hear this? Cecil said it on a show, plus somebody asked in a comment and AFTV replied with the same message. How can they replace it? What, with Jordan and Lee? Anyone want to bet Cecil is a first or second cousin? Odds are 3-1. He's still gonna leave them. Nah, I don't think he will anytime soon. I think he's got a sense of loyalty towards Robbie and they're proper friends, you know. Like, I feel like with Robbie and Cecil, it's almost like a father figure type of thing, father-son relationship, which is deeper than business. So if Cecil was to leave, it will definitely be on good terms, and I think they're lifelong friends. Laurie talking facts about Jock. 6 games without a goal for Havertz and he would be getting absolutely slated. Jock has been missing chances too. Bilbao, his touch was horrendous, which Henry showed, otherwise he's through. Port Vale, Max played him an unreal ball and he took an absolute ace to shoot again. Poor. Missed multiple chances vs Olympiacos due to really poor finishing and was terrible v West Ham. He does be falling over all the time. Damn, he's not a fan, is he? Of gyokeres, that is. Hopefully he gets better, but can't help but feel he is a level or two below the rest of our team and Havertz will take his place. Interesting. I looked up the Golden Boot winners in Portuguese league since 2003 and my God, it's scary how bad the top scorers have done when moving to a top 5 league. Portuguese league is League 1 level. Nah, not League 1 level. Your guys are doing so well on the channel. More like Cecil Lyle. Allah continue to guide my brother Robbie and continue to bless AFTV. I love AFTV. They're paying you, my guy. You on the payroll, dude? Marino a better striker and finisher in Premier League than Gyokeres anyway. Well, it's an easy thing to say, but when Marino gets the 15s and 20 league goals, then you can say that. But I hear you. He is a very good... he has a good shots to goals ratio, so I hear where you're coming from still. The Lyle's view because all the rest are jumping ship from AFTV Ballfest. Why are you here? Go start your own channel then. There's J Rockus back in the thing. This is awful optics. The channel lacks character and personality now. Off to watch paint dry. You sound so silly. You know what character means. Yet you are watching happily. Wow. Who's watching? Don't know if we're watching happily. Cecil ain't allowed. This channel has gone down every year. Cecil lied. I think he joked. I love these comments. I love these people so much. They bless my view. Big up, AFTV. What in the nepotism is this? Don't let nepotism destroy this channel, Rob. Nothing wrong with nepotism. Would you not do the same for your son and daughter? Well, he's got 2 other children. They're young children, and yeah, let me not mention anything else. When other race bring them family, it's okay, but not us. Leave them alone. Jamaica love them sacrifice to let him build this. God bless you and family. Robbie life fam. This nepotism or cronyism. Mate, my children won't have work. Mate, my children won't have to work. The comment wasn't even aimed at you. You have a daughter who's a fan of the same club you support and can do analysis in fact better than many people you interact with, and you've built an empire that aligns with her skills. Why not bring her on board? You people just love hating. Rubbish. If you don't want it, don't listen. You get loyalty from family. It's a bloody fan channel, not the government. Damn. Just Arsenal fans chatting. A guy who created this channel has some family members on. What are you hyperventilating about? Shaking my head. Will be shaving head as well. Ha ha ha. Cecil is trash. He is awful. Then stop watching. Oh, jeez. Because you're giving them views. Not to mention your comments are adding to the algorithm. I mean, one thing I've learned is that with bad comments, you can either leave it to add to the algorithm or you could just block the person. So I think I deal with it on a case-by-case basis, but I've noticed on certain videos they've left it, and on certain videos they've removed the negative comments, let's call it. Gotta love nepotism. 99 likes. Damn. It's a fan channel, not a government. Jesus Christ. Nah, bruh. Kenya is lit. Sounds like you want a number. What a stupid comment. This is not a political party. It's a business. Of course, you employ people. Of course, you employ family, sorry. Nepotism doesn't only apply to the political spectrum, you idiots. Damn. Nepotism doesn't only occur in government, you dummy. Nepotism happens in business too. I swear you AFTV D-riders are thick. Damn. Both City and Liverpool games were disappointing. Stop being scared and just go for it. If we win, we win. If we lose, we lose. But at least you gave it all we had. I hate coward tactics or handbrake tactics. Why buy all this talent to not use it correctly? Nah, Rob, this ain't it. It definitely it. Nah. When Robbie celebrates the title win himself, it will be bittersweet. Damn. Yeah, this channel is dead. No one watching this. Yet you are here, shaking my head. Just a comment, not watching. Haha, let's laugh at you. I'm watching with you right now. You must be a lonely man. Why are you here? Long live AFTV. A bit sad, don't you think? Nothing against you, but Robbie has faced better and worse criticism. WTF does race have to do with it? Pippa, Troops, Charlene, all gone to be fair. And Curtis, maybe. Well, no, Charlene's been on the channel this season at least once. I'm sure she was at the Liverpool game. She's been on once or twice this season. I don't think she's a regular anymore. I'll say that. They've replaced her with another person. But yeah, she's still about, but the others have left, yeah. LMAO. This guy thinks he owns AFTV. You're a nobody, mate. Go and make your own channel and we will see how dead your content is. Gandalf the Gunner. I watch your channel with pleasure. Your videos are a great combination of entertainment and useful information. Okay, I think that's a bot. And then second. Boy. Yeah, anyway, man, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And click this link for another viral video on Hybrid, powered by chinkseyMEDIA. Yazim Yasa. Bow!